Everybody, Bill back here with a Butler branch build update. Did a little cleaning, a lot of cleaning actually. A little bit of rearranging. There's the old workbench there. And of course, this is the dispatcher's office. I used to have a little table and stuff, but it's just going to make it easier to have the computer back here, and that way, if we got to do something on it or whatever as far as the program, then we don't have it on a rickety old little table and stuff, and having a keyboard in your lap and stuff. So made that a little bit of rearranging in there. Of course, over here we have the Helix room, and the Helix is in there. Pretty much got most everything done. Mainly just finalizing a few things. Been working on operations, starting to get trains positioned and staged up for operations. Should be hopefully kicking off an operating session here fairly soon. This is a proto freelance railroad. It's Conrail, about 1995. It's the Oleo River branch. It ran from Butler down to Logansport. Basically, we'll just do a general walk around here. Pretty much all the scenery's done. Just going in here and putting some details in. There's a bunch of junk around behind the roundhouse down here at Logansport. Been working on lighting, car cards, or well, these are engine cards for calling up engines and stuff like that. I guess we'll do the top level first here. So this is a refrigeration area. You can see you got the I don't know, they call it the fruit train, I guess, or whatever, veggie train. That's here at Butler, and just the manufacturing area, fire stations, stuff like that. Now we're going to get down here, and this is Auburn area. There's a station. Amtrak's parked in there right now, waiting to depart. So he's still got a red signal. Little residential area. Here's just a little shopping plaza. This is the B&O. They cross there at Auburn Junction. Connection track or interchange track, freight house. This is downtown Auburn. Got all the stoplights working, stuff like that. And you got the bowling alley. And then we rotate around here. I got a little bit of scenery work to do up in here. I got an overhead crane thing I need to put up in there, a big pile of iron ore or something. I got some lift bridges here. I got a rolling mill and a small yard, 4-track yard here for the steel mill. And then down here we got a power plant for the electric furnace, and then we got an electric furnace here. Takes in scrap guns and stuff like that, and then up here, this is up in here. You got some those are coke cars. We're using those as coke cars. Bring coke in. Limestone, iron ore cars, they all get shoved up there for the regular blast furnace and stuff like that. We'll come on around the curve here, and then this is this is an oil refinery right here, and then we got a little bit of country here, some farm. Just an underpass here, and that'd be probably State Road 3 going underneath, and then Coming back up here. Got a flour company where they make flour, a little seed company. Scrap steel. This is the town of Cherubusco. So you got the passenger station, little gas station downtown area here, and post office, library, a little auto repair place, a couple residential areas. Then we come outside of town here. You got Buffalo Industries, which is rail served, and then this is State Road 205. It parallels the tracks all the way to Columbia City. But this is just a 205 corridor here. There's passing siding, starts and ends. We've got a propane company right there. Finally, just did get some these cars right here in this front. They need to all have resistive wheel sets put on them, but we did get some propane cars, some new propane cars here for that. So those they need resistive wheel sets and stuff yet. So we come up here, and you got Walmart, and a lot of this you've probably seen before in previous videos. You got the trailer park right here. There's a lumber company. Been staging up a lot of train cars, and getting those. Up here you just like a Casey's or a Good to Go or whatever, a little fuel stop. Down the bottom of the hill, there's another state road going under the tracks right there, stoplight. And then you come back. Now you're entering the that was Route 30 there. It went under the tracks. And then right here you got the outskirts of Columbia City. So you got the diner, Dairy Queen, a little shopping plaza right here. And then up here, there's a printing company. It's rail served, a little residential area. Here's the Fort Wayne line. This is the old Pennsy line that crosses at Columbia City there. And then you got the downtown area. So fire station. That's a bank. A few more downtown buildings. A little industrial building there. Got a little more scenery to do up here in this back corner. Mainly what we got now is just basically trees and some detail stuff. Got to put, I guess that farmland's fenced in. That's the end of Columbia City, outer Columbia City area. This is Dowel. This is just the end of the passing siding here. It goes single track, and it goes down grade, and then it crosses the river. And then it comes. There's a small church here, a small church cemetery. Looks like the little farm. There's an intermediate signal there. So it's all country running all the way down through here. Got another farm up here in this area here, a little dairy farm. Here you got a little ag place where they get ammonia hydroxide and stuff like that, maybe some seed, few loads of seed corn or something like that. We'll come around the curve here, and here we have this is Spartan Tire. So they manufactures tires. So we've got some hopper cars, some box cars, put the finished product in. Over here we got some spots for some chemical cars. And then just down from there, these are pellet cars here. They're loaded full of plastic pellets for Lego. So there they unload them. Here they box car them. And then over here you got Lake Shipping. They got 2 box cars and a tank car. And then right here, this is West Vandale. This is the end of the passing siding. You got East Vandale, West Vandale. Up in here, you got American Hardware. And then in front of it, as you can see, we've got box cars full of shingles and stuff like that. And then back over here, we've got an empty lumber rack. They must just put the lumber back, put it away there in the shed. Here, this is, you're entering the town of Lynville. This is a fictitious town. It's named after my wife. So here we have residential area, public library. She's a public school teacher, so we've got the gymnasium. This is a public school, and the buses. You can see the kids out in front and stuff. And then there's some kids playing out on the playground. And then we've got a little shopping plaza. And then downtown Lynville. We even got her name on the water tower there. This is the hospital, and we got a Culver's. And then we've got, there's a hotel, Amtrak station, and a gas station here. And then right here is where we're going to start. This is West Wind Coop. This is where we start the intermodal facility, right here. So down here they do repairs on the equipment and stuff. An office, they got a yard office for the crews, a little maintenance shanty here, and then you got your pad and your overhead cranes and all of that. And then you get down here, and that was East Wind Coop we started at, and then this is West Wind Coop right here, and then it goes in. There's going to be an overpass and a farm up in here. This will all be farm. And then it goes into the helix up here. It comes back out here. Now, none of this was done. I got all this completed. This is South Whitley here. South Whitley area. That's just a post office building. You got a grocery store. Amtrak station. There's a freight house here. This is where we cross the old nickel plate in Norfolk and Western, and in South Whitley. Down here, you got the downtown area, and then you got an auto store. And then right here, this is going to be a Transflow area right here. So I don't have it done yet, but you'll spot up hoppers and bulk items to be unloaded into semis. As you can see, there's all the little racks and stuff got to be put in. We got another little industry here. Don't really have a name for it yet, but you put cars into both buildings there. And then we're gonna come down here, and I think this was a furniture place or something like that, or a cabinet shop. So they get some loads of lumber in there and different things like that. And then down here, this is Calmer area, Calmer, Indiana. So they got a granary, and then this is downtown Calmer. And so we'll get down here a little bit. These buildings here, I just got those, got them painted up, assembled, so I got to put the storefronts and stuff like that in them. And they got a little Dairy Queen. And then it goes into a farm area. And then over here, this is North Manchester area. So you got a gas station, public library, your downtown area, and a little bit of the residential area right here. This is a galvanizing plant. They bring coils in, they galvanize them, chemically treat them for galvanizing. And this is North Manchester. This is the old, this is the Big Four. This would be now another Conrail line that runs from, comes out of Goshen and goes down to Indianapolis. But it's the old Marion branch right there, got an interchange. You know, got a nice farm, dairy farm there, a little cornfield. And then right here we have, I'm going to turn this into like a plastics company here. Got some box cars. It's supposed to be a wood or a paper company. I mean, I still might do paper. I mean, but I don't. I'll bring in covered hoppers and then instead of. So that's probably why I'll go to a plastics company. And then we'll come down here, and this is the old chocolate factory here. And we'll zoom in here. So we'll bring in different box cars in here, and then bring in powdered sugar and stuff, and tank cars for corn syrup, whatever, chocolate, whatever. And so there's that. And then we'll come back around here, and let's see. This is a pipe. They make pipe here, so I got some pipe loads. We'll put them in there. Local work that industry. And then we go into a nice long run of country again. Just some up and down hilly area and stuff. And then it hits a little valley area and goes across a little ravine there. Got a bridge. And then a little farm. And down up, and then it goes on up in here. Got some more country running. This is Laketon right here. So the passing siding starts there at Laketon, and it goes on around. And then, so just got some small industries, companies, another repair shop, you know, the shopping center. Got a Dollar General, or Bargain Depot. It's like a Dollar General. Another highway underpass there, and then it comes in. This is downtown Rowan. So you got a passenger station, gas station. This is a stamping plant here. So they bring coils back in here and offload them, bring them up here and here. They stamp the parts out in here, and then they get box card and sent to wherever they gotta go. So there's another highway overpass. And this is Jamestown right here, another fictitious town. He's our oldest son. Jacobsville is up there by Lynville. It's part of Lynville. They're kind of tied together there up there. But this would be our oldest son, and then Jacobsville is up there by Lynville. He's our youngest son. So residential area, you know, got a little lumber company, granary. Back here you got Wonder Bread, or not Wonder Bread, but Magic Pan, or bakeries. So we were bringing some cars of flour and stuff in here, and then some box cars in on this track here to be served. And then we'll come on around here, around this corner. This is getting closer to the end there. This is a cement factory here. We'll bring in cars to offload, limestone and stuff to make our limestone to be mixed in, or gravel. And then we'll also have some other hoppers to bring in, covered hoppers and stuff to blend it and everything else like that. This is Pittsville right here. It's just the start of passing siding. Again, got a little creek that follows the tracks all the way down here. And we got to put brush and stuff like that in here, some bushes and trees and stuff like that. And then down here you got Chili. It's the end of the passing siding. It's a little town, a little bird. You can see I'm gonna put some little farm fences up and around these areas right here. And then once you get past Chile, then you come into the outskirts of Mexico. Oh, Denver, I'm sorry, Denver. You're coming into Denver, got a granary here. Got a granary there, and then kind of a residential area, and a church, a shopping plaza, got another passenger station. So this is downtown Denver right here. And the post office, Used to be probably a seed company, but as you can see, it's been cut off. It's no longer rail served. Then you got Peterson Tool Specialties right there. So they get a couple box cars, couple of covered hoppers. And then you got your Dairy Queen and a Lowe's. And that's the lumber rack for the Lowe's. We'll fence that in and stuff. Gas station. Got an Italian market. And then we come in here. This is the ethanol plant right here. So you bring cars in. There's the front office and processing stuff. This back track will take grain cars in, and then we got a couple tracks coming off here for the actual ethanol, loading up the actual ethanol right there. And last aisleway, we'll round the corner. This is a Ford plant here. This is actually the Ford train getting ready to pull in. You know, it's got all its parts, windows and doorknobs and stuff like that. So all the parts and components are in these box cars right here. So this train's kind of a hot train, needs to get in there and get unloaded, get these cars unloaded so they can keep the line going. And then down here we have a auto rack train, so the finished product. Right here, this is a Coke company right here. We bring loaded cold cars in here, and then dump them. They heat them up, and then they cool it, quench it, and then they reload it on this front track right here. These trains, this train right here, this Coke train will end up eventually up over there on this top mill, those cars right there. So they got to traverse pretty much the whole layout to come into here and be reloaded and stuff. So empties will come in here in this front track, and the loads will be out back there on that back track. Down here we have another little small steel facility. We're going to bring in gondolas with big old I don't know what you call them. I can't think of it now. But anyway, they'll have big ingots inside of the car and gondolas, and then they'll reheat them in here, and then they'll roll them into coiled steel, stuff like that. So these back tracks, this is going into the rolling mills. These back tracks, you'll see gondolas full or flat cars full of steel coils. And then we roll around here, and this is a little Berga van. It's just outside of Logansport here. This is downtown van, and we got like a 7-Eleven, a 24-hour market, a little residential area. Here's a Northern Casting. They make piping and load it up into gondolas. And then another Amtrak station, and little UPS and a car dealership here. And then we go across the Wabash River and into so that area was kind of Logansport area actually. Here we have a big granary. It's rail served, and it's just outside. It's right outside the yard here at Logansport. And then a bunch of tools. And then here you have your engine facilities and a turntable down at Logansport with a roundhouse. And then you got Logansport yard. So as you can see, the yard's up here on the upper level. It's starting to empty out. We're starting to get the cars out of it. And getting everything in industries spotted up and ready to go. So operations will be kicking off here pretty quick. So other than that, not a whole lot going on. And the only other thing is almost finished with all the building lighting and stuff like that. But for the most part, she's pretty well done and ready to start operations. And start making some money, I guess. So anyway, so thanks for watching. Have a great night or day, and we'll see you later.